What's up, my ninja? It's your boy Dan. Welcome to Metabolic Mondays. Today what we're going to do is we are going to talk to you about one little thing that you should be doing right before your workouts. And I would take a guess to say that you're probably not doing this right now, and if you're not, it's slowly deteriorating your body every single time that you step in the gym and do a workout. So this is super important. This is probably one of my most important videos. And the fact is, this thing is like super simple to do, and it's not going to take you a whole lot of time either. This is especially important, again, if you work a 9-to-5 job, if you sit down a lot, and if you just want to bend down without feeling any pain, or pick something up, or even work out and not feel any pain whatsoever. So we're going to take you into this gym. We're already in here, and we are going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. For the first pillar of pain, it's going to be the lower back, and I would say like 65% of people who work 9-to-5 jobs always suffer from lower back pain because of the incredible amount of time that they spend sitting on their butts. So a lot of times the glutes and the hips always take a hit, and the psoas region, but we're only going to be focusing on the glutes and hips today. I'm going to be putting this ball right down here, and what I'm doing is, I'm going to give you this action. What I'm doing is I'm just keeping one heel on top of the other, and if you have too much sensitivity, I'm going to put this right on my glute and my hip area. If you have too much sensitivity, you can actually keep 2 feet down, okay? So just note that I'm only putting 2 feet on because I want to put a little bit more pressure onto this ball, and all I'm doing is just rubbing up and down. Sometimes I rub in circles, okay? I try to go across, I try to go up, I try to go down, because you have to realize that your muscles aren't really a linear process, okay? You're not just going up and down, you also have to kind of go across because you are dealing with a bigger surface area, okay? So what we're doing is we're just gonna kind of find these trigger points. If I want more pressure, I can actually drop this down and I can put a lot more pressure onto that ball, and now I feel it. And all I'm doing is I'm kind of just being like a metal detector. You know, I'm just trying to find out where the trigger points are, and if I find the trigger point, I'm just going to stay on it, I'm going to hold, and I'm just going to breathe. And throughout the whole massage, you should be breathing the whole time, alright? So this is for the glute, and my shorts are getting stuck on this freaking ball right here. So that's it. This is the glute area, especially if you have the lower back. Spend about 20 to 30 seconds on it. You can spend more if you want. And the next one we're going to be getting into is the knee. Okay, so with knee pain, usually it is very much tightness in the adductor muscle right over here. With the knee pain, what we're going to do is we're going to be dropping right on here. I'm going to be getting myself in a nice little kind of spider position, and I'm going to be getting the side of my adductor right here, and we're just going to be going over that particular muscle. For a lot of people, this is going to be super sensitive. All we're doing is just going up and down. I may go in circles, and for me, this isn't really that bad anymore. Before, I didn't realize how much sensitivity I had until I got to this area in the beginning when I started this stuff. So all we're doing is going up and down. If we feel that really, really tight sensitive area, all we're doing is we're keeping it right there. We're breathing 20 seconds, and then we're just gonna like knead it out just a little bit, right on that muscle. Breathe, and this is the one for the knee pain. Okay, so the very last one is going to be shoulder pain, and this is a very counterintuitive massage. So let's go to that one. So the last one is going to be it's going to be a very sensitive area for, I would say, 99% of the people watching this video. And a lot of times with shoulder tightness is actually a lot of dysfunction going on with the lats and the posterior delt. Not a lot of people think, because a lot of people get shoulder tightness right here, but what happens is they always think that this is the problem, when the problem is actually right here. Okay, just right behind like your armpit, right underneath your armpit, and right behind this shoulder blade. So what we're going to do is, we're going to drop down, putting the ball down. All I'm doing is, I'm keeping my arm in the 90-degree level when I get into this massage, and you might not see it, so let me go into an angle that you might see the ball. And all I'm doing is just placing the back of my shoulder right on that ball, and just going up and down. Up and down. I'm trying to keep my hand on. A lot of people may be like this because of the flexibility they have in their actual shoulder blade. So don't worry if you have to force it. You may have to like force it down, but if it hurts, don't do it. Okay. So all we're doing is up and down, right on that posterior delt. Okay, right there. And then now I'm going to go to the lat. As I'm right here, I'm gonna move this ball down, and then I'm just gonna get a nice little lat massage, just right there. And I'm gonna keep my hand just to kind of force or take off a little bit of pressure. Breathe, breathe, and that is for shoulder pain. So yeah, there's honestly so many ways to do this. These aren't the only exercises that you have for the self-massages, for the self-myofascial release, but these are pretty much very good ones to start off with. Again, start off with a tennis ball if you haven't done this, go up to the lacrosse ball if you're desensitized to that, and then go up to the big boy baseball, and that one hurts, that one makes me cry. So yeah. This is part of a program I'm coming out with in late February. It's actually called Warm Up Ninja, and the whole purpose of the program is to get you into operating at a peak efficiency. Because honestly, I know what it takes to get people into the best shape of their lives, and I know what it takes to actually have them moving better as well. But a lot of people are so focused on looking good that they create so much dysfunction in their bodies that they end up living with pain that they shouldn't be. They also kind of decrease their performances in everything in life. They don't move as well as they should. They're pretty much waking up with like lower back pain, knee pain, or shoulder pain. And in reality, it doesn't really have to be this way. So that's part of the program. Another part of the program is dynamic stretching, and we are going to be doing a video on that a little bit later on. And the last part is going to be actually the part before dynamic stretching. We'll be doing different types of warm-up exercise to wake up your central nervous system and also get your body nice and fluid with that synovial fluid that always comes in. So don't worry about all that stuff. Start doing these right now, and I hope you got a lot of value out of this video. Again, if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments below. Visit the website if you have any questions. If you want to shoot me a question right there, I have the contact form. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. It's your Ninja Dan, and peace out.